very free of problems, honestly. And I just appreciate everything about this, and it was really fun. So, see you all next week. I don't know if I have a video plan for doing this week. I'm gonna try, but no promises. And no problems if it's a lot. I no promises on a video during the week. I will try my best, but I don't know if I will have time. Other than that, I will
Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Can you guys still hear the music? Or did it go inactive? Ah, interesting. Sorry, I was dealing with technical difficulties due to a Fred being difficult. So yeah, it was yeah, that, and I had a 4-year-old intruder at the last minute. Hi everybody, welcome back to the stream. Hopefully this is the last week you'll see this on my head. Hopefully. But we shall see. Yeah, I finally got it. I had to turn on the desktop audio because I have it as a source on the intro. I need to do the same and just copy the source across to all the different. Yeah, it's been a week, so yeah. Good evening, everybody. Welcome, Mustache Mike, Kevin, Sir Fix-a-Lot, Canadian Shield 9mm. Again, sorry to hear about your loss of a kitty. We're a cat house as well here, so as well as other critters. So this is the Miranda cam. Miranda says, "Good evening, everybody." She's apparently comfy laying like that, and I really don't get that. Good evening, Dan, Raven, ONR, Holly, of course, Dan Crane the second. course. RDK. I don't even call you RDK. It's RDGK, but RD. Let's call you RD. Make it a little easier that way. Oh, I started hearing something sound like something was derailed. The second. Oh, yes. We're running some trains that don't get too much love. Obviously, the Juice train is new. That's running with the brand new FEC locomotive, Kato FEC unit that we got. Yeah, she's given the straight eye exactly. Where's the face cam? Where is it? There we go. We'll go ahead and pop the Miranda cam open. But yeah, she's giving me... I don't even need the Miranda cam because you can see her right over here over my shoulder. Maybe not super clear, but... But yes, the Juice train is the new Kato FEC ES44 C4, I think is what it is. And then the other train that's running is an Atlas Jeep 7, I believe it is. Running the newly found large capacity tank cars that my wife apparently had hidden away in a box. So we are currently running DC, seeing as how some decoders I was expecting to be here today never showed up. So it never was able to be DCC'd. But c'est la vie, I had bought a decoder for it, and well, for apparently the first time in probably 9 years, I either cooked it or it was defective from the factory, one or the other. But have a defective ESU decoder I have to deal with at some point. I believe so. Well, so do the 30,000 or 33,000 gallon tankers only have one truck on each end? I thought the 33,000 gallon ones had double trucks. Morning, Mike at Putnam Junction. Welcome. Good morning. It's a ESU, Dan. The one that's gone goofy is ESU. It works, kind of. On DC, it runs only in reverse, no matter which way you switch the power supply. And on DCC, the minute it gets DCC power, it just takes off in reverse. So, yeah. Dave, don't even get me started. But here, let me go ahead and show what's going on, what we have going on here. Good evening, Spence. Thank you for stopping by. Let's go ahead and we'll pop around the layout here real quick and give some idea as to some of the work that's happened this week. Did you put a bridge rectifier before the motor? No, Kevin, I didn't have those yet. So, as you can see here on the risers over here in the park loop, there's no pins. The park loop risers are now glued in place and have been leveled, because I didn't realize it until I looked at it from across the room. It was a wild ride going up that hill. And it's mainly because of the bump out extension that I did to the layout to accommodate the radius curves that I have. So I went ahead and got this all leveled out today and brought up. Oh yeah. I've got a little, see, that's the thing with me is like, even once, the scenery and everything goes in, there's still going to be little bits and pieces you'll see along the walls and whatnot. Oh, while I remember, what do I glue down the Kato track with? You can use anything you want to, Dave. You can use white glue, low temp hot glue. I've actually got the beginning of the grate over there against the wall actually has low temp hot glue along the edge of it. And that's actually kind of good because it also, once it solidifies, it gives it a nice base too, and you can help feather out your grade change. I did it that way too, Kevin, before I tore everything up and redid it. Yeah, those ones are on the old side. I mean, obviously, and I think me and my wife picked them up again, through a lot of our... Well, Kevin, it's lower temperature, so it actually doesn't melt the styrofoam. If I used regular temperature hot glue on these styrofoam risers, I learned this the hard way on the first gen of this layout. I had to go buy a whole new set of risers because it destroyed them. So it really didn't hurt the base foam so much, but it ate the foam that the risers are made out of. These Mustache Mike, we found these, me and my wife like to go antique store hopping. She knows what I'm looking for. I never know what she's looking for because it always changes. But she does, when she sees stuff like this, she points it out, and she loves the large tank cars like this. She's also part of the reason we have literally a whole car box full of tank cars. But I figured, I hadn't run these. They were just sitting, and I didn't realize. I had actually found them in one of the flat rate postage, small flat rate postage boxes sitting on the shelf, and I'm like, what's in here? And I opened it up and went, what? And they already all had microtrains on them. So I'm like, why aren't these on the layout? So I figured, what the hell? We're running the Tropicana cars that haven't had real amount of runtime on them in close to a decade. Why not pull the tank cars out? I need to figure out why the whole stream is hitching. It's actually getting quite annoying. OBS is not saying there's any problems, but I'm seeing it hitch every once in a while. But anyways, but you can see here, back to what I had initially popped over here for, is that this is all now glued. The risers are all now in place. Where the track is where the track is. You can see now, like Kevin pointed out, the park loop is now the same stuff that's around the lake loop. And it was just because I liked the way it worked so well around the lake loop, and I really did want to get the loop away from the edge of the layout. And you can't see here because I've actually moved the camera up because it allows me to have some room behind it now. But there, from the bottom of the riser dead center to the edge of the layout is now about 7 or 8 inches, which before it was about an inch. So I'm much happier with this. And here, I can actually just go over and show you real quick. Now, 7 or 8 inches might still be generous, but I've got enough room now that if a train flops off the side, it's a lot less likely to hit the floor, which I very much prefer. I'll just get it turned a little bit. Sorry for shaking everybody up there. But it gives quite a bit more buffer. Room for trees, room for a hill or a mountain, Holly. A man 7 or 8 inches. I mean, if you gotta, some guys gotta fake it till they make it, Kevin. So, Yeah, it's probably closer to about 4 inches. It seems like it's about 7 or 8 inches because my panic factor has gone down a lot. Because every time something went around that corner before, it was like, please don't derail, please don't derail, please don't derail. But yeah, so this is moving towards the ability to start making things happen, which I'm very happy with. Also, in looking at the plan that was for the park inside this loop, here, let's go ahead and go back over here to the Chris Cam. Lost Souls Railroad, welcome to the stream. How's it going? How is your evening going? Here, let's bring it back to me. And then you can see all the cams with all the trains. Funny, where it... Am I missing a train? Oh, they're racing up the hill. Okay, never mind. They've been drag racing all night. That's awesome. Of what, 4014 Lost Souls, or of just some local stuff in general? I mean, train footage in general is awesome in my opinion, but the plan, I think, now is some trams, you know, using the Kato Unitram stuff, and maybe running a tram out and around the park instead of the little ride-on train, but who knows. But I was thinking about that, is running a tram line out there to you know, act as like a you know, so the people that live downtown can get to the park without having to drive and cause congestion in the neighborhood, you know? Oh, nice, Lost Souls. Very nice. So, but this is what we've got going. Oh, also, so we've got a few things this week. First off, we've got all the goodies. Hello, Tinsley. Welcome to the stream. If I'd missed you before. So, we've got the parts now to officially start doing car lighting. I've got, like, the LEDs. I wouldn't doubt it if I didn't end up getting almost the exact same LEDs Dave has, because it literally said 5 meters in the listing when I ordered them. So it's a nice, you know, good sized roll, about that big. Aloha, Peter. Welcome to the stream. And you know, I got all the bridge rectifiers and the rest of the goodies came in yesterday late. Awesome, Lost Souls. We'll be keeping an eye out for it. And then, of course, we have our first subscriber gift from Mr. Mustache Mike. Not a huge box. It's not a Dave-sized box, but to me, this is awesome. It's my first gift, you know, first sub gift. So for me, it's awesome. I don't have a cool desk cam yet like Dave has. And I think Kevin's probably got one too. I don't have one yet. Yes, Holly, we can go ahead and open it. We can go ahead and open it. Let me get out one of my special tools here. Leave your box out of it, eh, Dave? So, okay. It gets all quiet. These things, they freak. Well, first off, the Atlas is quiet to begin with. But then once the FEC starts climbing the hill, it goes almost dead silent as well. So it's like, I think they've like died or something. So let's see. Let's see what's in the box. Sometimes it's better not to know, but I'm just saying. Actually, sometimes you really should probably know what's inside the box. All right. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, yep, it's a box. Yep, nope, it's a special. Dave might be interested in this one. The KT in all her glory. Come on, camera. You know how to focus. You can do it. I promise you can do it. You can do it! I just suck at keeping this thing in frame. You know what? Let's here. Let's just do that. Let's there we go. Let's go right over here. We'll go to a multicam here, and we'll go ahead and swap out the Rio Grande since it's pulling a UP caboose. No, Dave, it's beautiful. It really, honestly is. Oh, yeah, it helps if you put the camera back on, you doofus. No, really, honestly, it is. It is absolutely gorgeous. I wish my cam would flip and focus. Yep, this camera's getting replaced. Kato really... I had one of these way back in the day, and at the time these were a hot commodity because Kato had not rerun them yet. And so they fetched a real premium price. So when, I was putting the layout away, I was like, you know what, I'll pick these up back at, at some point down the road. I know Kato will eventually rerun them. And so I had literally sold my entire set of them. I had this one, all of the UP heritage locomotives that were out at the time. I sold them all for their pretty penny that they were worth at the time. And then again, it's one of those, God, I wish I hadn't done that. Doc, welcome to the stream. Good to see you as well. All right, let's go ahead and go get this put on the track, and let me get these cams running so you can see this stuff. Okay, so this is the crest cam. Lake Loop. Station and Park. Go ahead and run those across the top. And, oh look, he's coming right around to me. Perfect. Hopefully he gets here before the FEC catches up. Oh, I already see one thing I have to fix real quick. I have to doctor the knuckle. Kevin and Dave got to doctor the knuckle. Alright, we'll go ahead and stop there. You have to excuse me 1 second while I take off the headset, because I can't put my visor on with this headset. Sorry. All right, there we go. Yes, yes, yes. So, snip snip time. The visor is how Jay still manages to do N scale. Otherwise, Jay would not be still doing N scale without that visor. And I'm trying to figure out what I did with the Rio Grande's case. Oh, there it is. You know what I might do when he comes back around, when Katie comes back around, is give it a quick check of the gears, because I didn't do that, just to see if it needs a quick drop of light oil or something. Seems to be running about as nice and smooth as any of the other Aces I have. I will be running the other ACEs tonight, as I did get the Montana Rail Link converted to DCC. So the Montana Rail Link will be running tonight as well. The Dougler, welcome to the stream. You look on the cams, you can see what our very first subscriber gift is. It's coming along the High Line now. We'll be going right by the crest cam. Not sure why you can't read the soup can labels, though. Yes. I'm starting to have that. I mean, most of the time I'm okay working on the N-scale stuff without the visor, unless I'm doing, special, like DCC installs. Most of the time I'm alright without it, but I'm doing some of that fine, tiny micro stuff, and yeah, she looks real nice. Why are the cameras seem grainy tonight to you guys? They really honestly shouldn't be this grainy. Try matcha ice cream. Oh, dude, matcha ice cream is the bomb. Thank you, Dougler. Well, it's going to, everything's going to start to get some color soon, Dave. I am not a fan of the, I'm eternally stuck in Canada look. Yes, Doc, it is very much Japanese. Idiot. Yeah, I'm going to right now, Kev, because these don't look right. See, here's the thing. On this particular one, it won't let me... Uh-oh. What happened to it? I lost it! Damn it, Jim. Oh, it didn't like that. Okay, go back. Sorry I messed with you. My mistake. Sheesh. Yeah, the Great White North look. ONR. Lots of snow everywhere. Lost Souls. I love N-scale, like I keep telling everybody, is that for the size, this layout is 8 foot by 12 foot, and it's a horseshoe. And so it allows so much track and so much to be done. Like, I'm really looking forward to getting the scenery stuff started and going. The cold suppresses the mosquitoes. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong. I just wish it was a little colder when we went to Alaska a couple years ago. Because, oh, man. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but... Oh, here they come. They're drag racing down the hill. Here, let's go ahead and... Well, how much less... I mean, Kev, it really depends on how crazy you go. Tinsley, I've been doing N scale since I was like 5. So I've always done N scale. I've had a couple of layouts, you know, throughout my life. None of them have even been close to what could be considered finished. So this one is probably about the closest to finished any of them have been. And it's still a long ways from finished. Nothing wrong with ON30. My good friend does ON30. I think he does ON3. I know he does HON3. I think it's HON3. And I know there's HON30. Okay, let's go to the lake loop. And we'll pop on the other cams. Why are those stacked like that? They definitely were not put like that originally. Why does OBS keep moving the windows around? That's the one thing I want to know. Why do they keep like resizing the windows and moving them around? Drives me insane. Because this is how big the window should be. Because it's the same size as that one over there. Or, well, relatively the same size. Let me fix this, because this is going to drive me insane otherwise. Have these all set up in OBS just as like, nope, not today, bro. Have to hit the lock button on each cam scene thingamabob. Ah. You know what? That's what I'm not doing. So guess what's happening now? They're getting locked. Because that's very irritating. Yeah, there's a lock right next to the eyeball, Kev. Oh yes, Doc, very much so. Katie looks very nice. I definitely love the look, like, just... The Katie, I mean... What is it? The Mopac is a pretty engine, and of course I have to love the SP because I'm just an SP guy. But... also means you don't accidentally move them. Yes, that's also a nice thing too, Dave. Is it keeps you from accidentally moving them around. But so, and I think, well, last week's stream was kind of truncated because I had to leave to go take my daughter to work. But just to recover it in case I can't remember if I got to it or not, the old age, call it whatever you want. All of these risers you see back here are glued. Those are new chunks for the scenery that will be carved into the hills that like what used to be there. How many locomotives do I have? That's a good question. There's probably at least 20 in the case that all the locomotives currently reside in, because I don't have shelves yet, and I was actually talking to my wife about adding shelves a la Dave, like what Dave has, but is the track... Yes, all the track is Kata Unitrack. Tinsley. But yes, I want to put shelves. The whole point of the bookcases was they were great for storage and could be hidden under the layout. Well, they're great for the car cases. They're absolutely amazing for the car cases. But trying to get to all the motive power, you know, I have that plastic tote that you may or may not have seen me moving around from time to time to pull motive power out of. All the motive power is not in there. Hello, Germany Bacons. Welcome to the stream. I believe so you woke up. It's you woke up to go pee, eh? Welcome to the stream, Germany Bacons. Oh, you were here for the last stream. Okay. No, last stream was, no offense, last stream was kind of a train wreck with me having to take off at the moment's notice. And sorry about the comment to P. There was somebody in Donegal Dad's stream saying that he was going to try and come by to visit. Footage I got today is amazing, but the pickups that I got that I'm making the video for, Holly effing crap. Oh, the one 13 days ago. Okay. No, it's no worries, Germany Bacon. You join whenever you can make it. It's not like anybody is expected to be here every time I stream. Expanded your tracks a bit more. Nice, very nice. Here, speaking of, let's go over here. Let's see if our screens. Nope. Okay, we're having the same problem. Well, at least then the park loop's all screwed up too. Oh no! Don't do that. See? Yep. I do not know what's going on. I do not know why, for the love of God, it keeps doing this to me. Alright, let's set these all up. It's a bit big. I want people to see the street and the cars. Well, the building and the cars, there ain't much of a street at the moment. So we'll put that back in the corner. And we will lock the park loop. We will lock... Which one was that? The crest cam. Let's turn on the lake cam. Well, the lake cam's not horrible. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Not much to see up in that corner right now other than the high line. Lock that in place. Add more structures and landscape further on. Yes, Germany Bacons, I am. Actually, I most definitely am. How many ambulances is too many? I don't know. I mean, Dave's had quite a few on his layout when he had his FedEx vehicles like all started spontaneously combusting and throwing themselves all over the layout. Una Road? No, that's Tomix that does that. But yeah, the question of the day is whether I'm going to continue. And what you see along that back wall right there along the edge of the high rise, or what I call the high line. That is the remnants of what used to go all the way around and down the risers that you see in the distance back there and that are around the lake loop. It used to go all the way down like that. But then I decided to completely change my layout design. Good evening, Jim, the other Jim E. Now that we've got 2 Jim E's. Good evening and welcome back to the stream. Yes, Kevin, they do. And that's part of the reason why I was thinking about doing the whole tram that goes over to the park. Is that, I could basically have them, I could be running 2 of them, just cruising back and forth up and down the street, make, normal light rail service. Come on. You don't know how big this town actually is. I mean, look at the size of the cargo aircraft that come into it. Don't really have a good webcam or good camera to show that. But, oh yeah, this one I guess shows it pretty good. I mean, look, you got a 767, one of Dave's favorite package haulers, parked back there. You got an Alaska 7.3, and then you got an old DC-9 parked next to it. Oh, a hearse. Yes. Gotta have a hearse. I don't think, other than the police cars that I have, I don't think I have any first responder vehicles. I don't think I have any. I've got, where is it? You can see the little cop right there, right before. He's probably wondering where the damn crossing went that used to be there. But technically, I guess that cop car could double as a hearse. Oh, Holly, I will. Don't worry. What you see right here in the lake loop right now is going to be relocated because there's a huge expansion project going on. That lake is gonna about double in size. So the what the Aussies like to call the greenies have kind of taken over, and so the lake, also by order of my wife, said she wants a larger lake. I didn't disagree with her. So I showed her the AI images of the lake, and she was not disappointed. She was not disappointed at all. So the lake is going to be about twice the size. The road will then not be quite like this. It's going to be more subdued, going back through the trees, and we'll go to various parking spots, or the cabins will be kind of hidden in the trees a little bit. I already have canoers. I have canoers, people in canoes, that we found while at a train show. I forgot to even welcome Raven to the stream. I think. It's been a hell of a week. So, paddlers, yeah, you can call them paddlers, because technically that's what they're doing. So Canadians, no, hey, I used to go canoeing quite a lot with a friend of mine. We used to go fishing. He had actually it was called a skanoo, I think is what he called it. He called it a skanoo, and that's what we used to use to go fishing. We go out on the lake and just, if we didn't feel like paddling, then we'd pull out the trolling motor, and his trolling motor made that damn thing do like 30. But, those cabins are going to be out there, and then, you'll get to see this parked out there somewhere. I got to find a suitable truck for it. Got this to put out there too. My wife's keen on adding some tents, so some tent campers or some tent camping stalls. Which means, you know, I'm going to have to put these out somewhere so that, you know, people have facilities to use. Because you got to be somewhat civilized. I'm trying to find the people. Find out where my canoe folk went. Because they were the Woodland Scenics canoers. Got them around here somewhere, just don't know where. So light up campfires could be a thing, Holly. They could very much be a thing. If I don't do the system myself, I know well, I mean, I could probably build some outhouses too, just like the ones they have in the national parks around here. They're not nearly as fancy as that. Well, I mean, you could be doing that too while you're having a bear come up and eat him, like on Dave's layout. Dave's bears run wild. They eat everybody. Surprised they haven't eaten the Sasquatch yet. Let's find out. Let's find out, shall we? Where'd I put them? Damn it, I put them over there. I still have a tape measure over here. Dave don't feed his bears, so they just go around eating everything. See? Just like Jim. Just wait. Time will come, Jim will eat them. Jim will just start eating everything on the damn layout. So they're about 1.5 centimeters. Mike at Putnam Junction, they're about 1.5 centimeters, so what, 15 millimeters? But yeah, again, those porta-johns were found by my wife at a train show. Now, the trains go drag racing again. Okay, what I miss? For my lung issues, I used to canoe and fish at the same time, just paddling. Oh yeah, trolling while you're sitting there paddling along in the canoe. You could very easily do that. Yes, Canadian 9mm. You're right. Details are important. You know, I used to go fishing all over. I used to go gold pan a lot. I've somewhere around here. I don't know where the hell I put it. I've actually got a jar of the gold that I've actually fished out of the various rivers around here. Yes, Raven, for sure. Definitely. So let's go ahead and we'll go back over here to the station city cam. Watch the trains go flying through downtown. And I think I'll pull out some different power too once we get things going here. When we do our next switch over, trying to decide what should we put on next. Should we put something steam on for Holly? Since we are DC, there is a DC locomotive that I can put on that it is DC. It doesn't get run a ton, and I'm kind of terrified to DCC it, but I know it's a project I'll have to tackle at some point. I've got all the spare parts if I break anything, so. Holly would love a steam loco. Okay, well, you know what? Jason needs to not be a dork. And actually have his tablet that he uses for chat on so he can see chat when he's not at his friggin' desk. So we give these guys a couple more laps while my tablet's waking up. We'll get this box put away for now. Again, thank you very much, Mustache Mike. It's a gorgeous engine. Or locomotive, excuse me. A gorgeous locomotive, and we'll be getting some DCC love. As soon as the decoders show up. And Mustache, I don't know if I'm going to put DCC and sound in this one, because I do have another Ace that's currently under construction that's going to be DCC and sound, and I don't want them all to have DCC and sound, because especially if they're going to be running together as helpers, they don't need to necessarily all have sound. But you bet your butt I could still add custom lights to them. Okay, you stupid tablet. I already swiped you to unlock you. You gonna wake up? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Kevin says, no Steam to annoy Holly. Well, see, my Steam's bigger than your Steam, Kevin. Even my DCC, or my DC Steam is bigger than your DC Steam. It's got a couple more axles. Typical guys, right, Holly? Size comparisons. Well, technically, Kevin, if you really want to go there, let me go get a hold of my buddy with his live Steam 2.5-inch scale. You want to talk about steamers? Oh, and it's actually steam. Then again, it doesn't really count because it's his steam engine. So. Welcome to the stream, GW Rio. You're just walking into the middle of me and Kevin comparing steam engine sizes. Kevin, I almost did. And it's probably better that I didn't, because I do not have the machine shop to maintain it. I was so close. We had two on the list that we were willing to buy tickets to fly out to go inspect in person. One was a C19 and one was a T20. And for those that don't know those number designations, C19 is a consolidated, is a Denver and Rio Grande classified consolidation 19,000 pounds tractive effort. T20 is a 10-wheeler or 260 rated 20,000 pounds tractive effort. No, Kevin, you're right. They're actually very nice. I like Pacifics, 462s. Those are very nice. Atlantics are nice. 442s. Those are nice too. Especially the Hiawatha. I saw a guy posted a complete Hiawatha set, brand new in box, on one of the Facebook N-Scale groups, and was legitimately trying to rationalize how I was going to spend probably at least $750 to get the set. The guy says he wants $950, or best offer. You want to talk about a beautiful Atlantic. That's a beautiful Atlantic. The Class A. Alright, so where is the trains? The train's over here. That's also going to mean, unfortunately, that we're going to have to pull off all the cars, too. We could probably leave the Cadies on. I just have to change the caboose. Put the proper caboose on. We can go ahead and put this little sexy beast on the track. Gotta move it over so you can see the whole darn thing. Nice Kato Mikado. Go ahead and get that put on the track. And what we may do is go ahead and stop the Katy here. Well, they're both going to stop. But there, I'll be stopping the... Is the FEC... No, the FEC's sitting just in front of the camera over there. Let's go ahead and get the Katy pulled off. Again, thank you so much, Mustache Mike, for this beautiful locomotive. Alright. This one's going to be fun without a rerailer. And I'm not wearing a visor. Alright, I think I got it. Oh! Trailing truck. Get your butt on there. Alright, here we go. This poor boy hasn't run in a while, so she may need to loosen up. And the FEC just wants to come blasting on the inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull the FEC and the juice cars. And that will also allow me to get a proper caboose for the Mikado. I'm gonna have to find something else to put on there with it. Raven. Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? Dave already told me to F off, so you know. I'm really surprised Dave didn't already have a Katy in N scale. I would have expected that to be one of his first that he ended up grabbing on his own, if nothing else. I would definitely have expected that to be one of his. Oh, hey, no, don't you do it. Do not fall over. Falls over, takes the entire tank train, just lays it on its side. Do want to get some more of these Tropicana cars, but I'm debating on whether I really want to or not, because they don't really run the juice train as a unit train anymore. It's usually just added as an addition to whatever express or whatever is already heading up north, and then they just tack it on the front. I'm going to go ahead and set the Golf car over here because it's our Fred car, so it will probably be seen again. It's another thing on the to-do list, Kev, is I need to build me another Fred car like I did for you and Dave. Okay, those are put away. Passenger train? No. What kind of passenger train are you wanting to see? Do you want to see SP? Do you want to see UP? Do you want to see nickel plate. So I think that's all I have at the moment. Where is, there it is. If you did SP, I could actually throw the War Baby on the front of the Daylight train, because that is actually DC. Here, we're going to go ahead and let the Mikado stretch its legs for a little bit, get a little warmed up, and hope to God it will actually climb the hill. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Just posted a short video of the new Tomics with lights. I'll do an install video on the other Tomics. Okay, awesome. I'll have to look for that, Dave, because that's next on the to-do list besides scenery. So I'll be having to go back and forth between train car lights and scenery work. Okay, does it go in this way? No. Oh, that's the Mikado, you knucklehead. No wonder it doesn't fit in there. It's for the Mikado. What did Holly say? Did it make it? Oh, it made it up the hill, no problem. All right. Well, all right. I guess I don't need to worry about the Mikado so much. All right. Sweet. Alright, go ahead and put them. Woo! Easy killer. Definitely going to slow the Mikado down a little bit. I'm going to give you like an under 40 speed limit there, brother. You were getting a bit noisy. Okay. Pull that out. Oh, dear Lord. All right. Well, no. Oh. That sounds horrible. I'm sorry. It's old man noises trying to kneel down to the floor to get into the locomotive box, which I should probably just have sitting up somewhere, because the Daylight car set is in the bottom of the locomotive box. And by the way, this is the tote. Oh, you can't see it. Never mind. Let me turn on the face cam real quick. This is the tote full of locomotives. There's a few. And that's still not all of them. Oh, poor Miranda. Oh. Okay. Just bumped the layout. Had to make sure I didn't knock the Mikado off. Holly, I'm getting really close to that point. Let's go ahead and go back over to... Where are we? No, that's not as exciting. This is, but here, let's do this. At a station. Oh, I don't have her. What? Alright, I gotta fix something real quick. Up. 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 None of these have it. Wow. That's not good. Well, here. Well, we do this for a minute. And then we will... Oh, I haven't even... Okay. Wait, no, I did do. Okay. See, she's not a stuffed animal or toy. Aaronville, welcome to the stream. Oh, time for that pee, yes. Welcome to the stream. I am mid adding a new train to run. And I really need to stop putting the daylight cars in the bottom of this case, because it really is not conducive to easy access. And I really need to stop putting the turbine on its side, apparently. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead. And we're going to have to actually stop the Mikado. So that... Oh! Why is it doing this? For those curious, this is what I'm putting on the rails now. It's a Southern Pacific GS4 Warbaby. With brand new traction tires. This is also the locomotive that essentially got an entire re-axle. If you've never seen a Kato with split axles, I have. This one had pretty much every axle but the main drive axle split. And so, yeah, that made for an interesting day. Ah, come on. This is where I think the Kato one wins. Okay. I can't use the Atomics with that one. The angle's too high. You have to use the Kato re-railer. Let's go ahead and pull that down. Come on. I think we are all on the track. I think. Now we'll find out at the first turnout. Count the rings on her tail, huh? Can't really tell them because unfortunately her light is kind of blurring them out. You know, Mike, both my wife and my daughter have said Miranda needs to have a guest spot appearance as Godzilla on the layout. And I'm not entirely against it. Where'd I put the crystal? There's the crystal. Alright, let's get that put away. Who the hell's messaging me at this time of night? The hell? Oh. I don't know what. Yeah, I gotta uninstall it. Oh, she got quite a few worms earlier today, too. She got quite a few worms earlier today. To go with the bell peppers and cucumbers that she's currently munching on. Okay. got the Kata one here. Oh boy, this is the fun one to get out. In case you guys, none of you guys have seen this one. This one is very interesting to try and put on the track. Three-car articulated set. Okay. I gotta go over here, move the train forward some. This is the one downside to DCC. If it was DCC, I could be moving it from where I'm standing, because there's actually a spot for a cab right there. She doesn't. She's giving you the side eye, Kevin. John Theodorakis. Yes, I am. And it's not personal at all. Oh, Aaronville, yeah. See, that it's hilarious with Miranda because like she goes through long periods where she's sitting there and she literally looks like she's either a toy or she's stuffed. And we even had a visitor earlier that was in here looking at her going, "Is she okay? Is she okay sitting like that?" Because she was sitting very similar to how she was at the beginning of the stream. And I'm like, "No, she's fine." I was like, that's just how she sits and how she chills. Normally she's up on the hammock there, staring at me, giving me the evil eye, or scratching at the glass, telling me to let her out. All right, let me get this moving. Just one more car length forward. This is one where the Mikado's probably going to outrun the GS4. We'll see once I get it going. I love this set so much because on the back of the, well, just like the, I think the city of Los Angeles has it too. It has a herald, or what's the technical term for it? Drumhead. It has a drumhead on the back of the boat tail of the boat tail observation car. So all right, let's go ahead and get this rolling. We'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and crank it up to 50. Since apparently the GS4 is being a power hog tonight. Not exactly sure why. The Mikado's being a fast freight tonight, apparently. By the way, Kev, that's the loud one. Yeah, relatives in Madeira and Sanger. Oh, very nice. Kevin. Sugary rubber. Not sure that's a necessarily awesome sounding thing. Okay, let's get... Oh, that's the FEC. Okay. That's SP. That's SP. That's SP. Those are SP. That's broken. Oh, Central Pacific. Oh, I could have put that one on. You know, I totally forgot, Kev. I do have another locomotive. I don't think any of you guys have seen. Well, you've seen in pictures, Kevin. But I do have another steamer that, again, not mine. Can't say my wife has bad taste in locomotives, though. But yeah. I have another steam engine. It's UP, and it's a Hudson. It's a 464 in Union Pacific. And it is the 49er Union Pacific. Miranda is... She heard me say her name, so she's giving me the BDI now. She's 2? Coming up on... Actually, I think she's coming up on 3. Age-wise. She's coming up on 3 years old. We have steamers going there, Mr. Mike. We've got the Mikado right there, zooming through. She's very sassy. She's got attitude just like her owner, being my daughter. And here comes the War Baby GS4. And she's very healthy, Lost Souls. Very much. 3 years is very young. I think Beardies, if taken care of and are healthy, I think can live 15 years. I think. John Theodorakis, just some background. I was big into the hobby 20 years ago. Member Niles Depot in Fremont. Nice. Okay, I'm familiar. Member Peninsula N Track. Okay, awesome. Dropped out of the hobby for a long time and now I'm back. See, that's kind of like me, John. You know, I took a little over about an 8-year break and started watching our friend Mr. Dave, which may have fallen asleep watching because it's after midnight, almost 1 o'clock in the morning his time. Yeah, started watching like SMT Mainline. Then I found Dave, started hanging out, met Kevin, Mr. Kevin's Tiny Trains, and was like, you know, I've got 2 layouts. And so I started talking to my wife about the possibility of bringing bringing this layout back, because this layout was actually in storage. And so what I did was I brought the small layout home. Kevin, the bad influence, along with Dave, the bad influence. You know, she said, if you want to bring it home, make it happen. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, game on. And then I started realizing that a lot of the cool stuff I used to have, I don't have anymore. But then as I started going through things, realized just how much cool stuff I still had. You know, like for example, you know, this GS4 that's tearing down the track with those lovely two-tone orange cars. You know, yeah. Let's see what I missed. Holly, those coaches look beautiful. The daylight ones, in my opinion, are, you know, right up there with the Hiawatha. You know, UP stuff, the Armory Yellow has its own charm too. There was a lot of beautiful passenger trains back in this era. Something so snappy. Have I ever watched Toyman Television? I have not. Great Western 90, welcome to the stream. If you came in earlier, I'm sorry I missed you. I'm still working on trying to get my freaking chat tablet awake enough to use. I've got all this weird crap that keeps popping up on it because it's, you know, started and runs so infrequently. Let me open up the chat here on the tablet. So I'll have it ready for when the next time I get up to go change trains. Oh, I never changed the caboose on the SP. On the Mikado. Ah. No, I'm not trying to turn the TV on. You know what I need to do is I need to get that 55-inch I got from my dad and get it mounted on the wall right there so I could be like Kevin and have the TV up on the wall so that I could read it from pretty much anywhere in the room. It would be big enough at 55-inch I might actually be able to read it from across the room without maybe the visor. I know I need glasses. I haven't got on it yet. I still got to get used to the cameras right here and stop looking over here at OBS. Aaronville, my layout is 8 foot deep by 12 foot across. So across the back. I'm not always trying to do one bigger than you, Kevin. It just seems to work out that way. Just seems to work out that way. My dad didn't have room for the 55-inch in his new apartment. So I ended up with it. Besides your layout, 2 rail power is the third. It's 2 rail 9mm end scale. So with you're gonna do HO, or are you doing okay? You're doing 009 outside and O layout on the inside. Oh, you're gonna do all kinds of different. That's actually kind of cool, Aaronville. Saying the poor SP with that filthy UP abomination. Yeah, I know, but you know. Here, let's fix it before Mustache loses his mind on me. Here, let's go ahead and get them stopped real quick. I can take care of that. Besides, this poor filthy UP thing lost its stack, so I gotta fix that. I noticed it when I pulled it out to put it on the track. I'm like, oh, what happened? Okay, wait, what happened? Stop that. This tablet's driving me insane. John Theodorakis just put an EM13 decoder and programmed my 4445 today. My wife's Freedom Train 4449 has an EM13 in it. That is on the list. She told me she wants it to make all the cool sounds that mine does, so you know what that means. More work for Jay. Oh, let's not do that. Let's not leave you like that. If anything, we'll just give you the Miranda cam. You can stare at Miranda. Trains aren't really running at the moment, so... Alright, where is... Okay, here we go. This is what we need. Is this box. Oi! Trying to give myself room here, and I'm failing miserably as I keep butt bumping the small layout that's right behind me. What in the world is this music? Have a good night, Kevin. Thank you for coming over, sir, and hanging out as long as you did. with another sea shanty? What is this? And it sounds like it's playing it twice. That's better. Yeah, John, it was just starting to become a real big commonplace thing when I took my break, but it was enough of a thing that apparently I was good at that's part of what led to me taking a break from the hobby, was that I got so good at it, and to the point where I was like, sure, I'll do installs for other people. Why not? You know, take the extra money and have some extra train money. You know, why not? And yeah, well, what quickly ensued was I burned myself out. So yeah. Yes, for sure. Like your live stream having background music while you chat and show the trains with the Miranda. Yeah, I've always kind of been fond of the background music. You know, even when I used to stream on Twitch, stream flight sim stuff on Twitch, I always had background music. Holly, why do you think that? You think this should be a very selfish hobby? Why would you want it to be a very selfish hobby? That's no fun. I don't mind sharing the cool toys I have. We're showing the work that I do, you know, week to week, or the lack of progress week to week, depending on what the week has had in store for me. You know, I keep saying this was a week. You know, I've been dealing with my little one's been sick for the latter half of the week. Yesterday was the real topping on the cake, you know, so yeah. And Mustache Mike, yes. I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of people, you know, that's why I was kind of laughing earlier when Kevin was doing it. Oh yeah, the fixing stuff. Yeah, I need to get off my butt and get back to making videos. The last video I attempted to make, I still have all the footage. It's just the last part of the video, which is all the important stuff, I'd have to essentially do a voiceover for, because it lost all its audio. For whatever stupid reason, it lost all its audio. So I need to see if maybe I can pull it back off the phone, to see if maybe I can retrieve the audio or not. But it was a whole DCC kind of semi-drop-in wired install into my wife's Pepsi Jeep 20 that I did. Holly, I'm not okay, so not gonna sugarcoat it and be like, it's no big deal, because I mean it is kind of a big deal. You don't necessarily need to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off, like I pretty much am. You know, you could just be like, yep, this is what I'm running, and if you're close enough to the layout or in a position to where you can change something, change it. If not, okay, it happens. You know. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming and stopping by. If you can, please hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Hit the bell so you'll get the notifications when I'm going to go live. I did have to change this week's start time to accommodate Kevin, because Kevin didn't want to run as long as he normally did tonight. So I started an hour earlier than I normally would. But that way you would get those notifications when things change. Thank you so much, Doc. You got into trouble for hate speech because you were being self-critical. I think a friend of mine was streaming on Twitch, and I was calling myself some things that the algorithm on both YouTube and Twitch have picked up on, and will actually either mute the stream or strike the stream or something like that, strike the VOD for. But they weren't directed at anybody else. They were directed at myself while we were playing a game. So. Oh yeah, Raven, same. In 2 or 3 hours time, you'll get up for breakfast. Well, I appreciate you getting up, Aaron, or Aaronville, and coming and hanging out and checking out, and taking a look at the stream. Let's go ahead and we can rotate through all the cameras so you can get a real good look of all the different areas. We've got the Crest Cam. Then we've got our little Lakeview Cam. Oh, it was during a live. Yeah, okay. Yeah, especially Raven, sometimes they'll really get uppity about it. This is our station or city view. The station is just a representation of what I have planned. The platform is probably going to be 2 to 3 times that long. I'll either scratch build it, or I did find actually Walters makes a really nice kit that's about the length I was looking for. So I may end up grabbing it. And it fit right in the same space that one does as far as the between the track measurement. It fit perfectly. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Holly, is it's like, take your time, Dave and everybody, poke about things. Hell, Dave don't have a whole lot of room to talk. He completely tore it down and started over again. It's not completely unlike what I did. All right, let's see. What time do we got? All right, we'll give him about another 5 minutes, and we'll... what I'll probably do with the passenger train is we'll see if the daylight and locomotive fit on the station sighting, which they may or may not. They should with only being the 10 car. If I put the other 8 cars on, it wouldn't. It's because that sighting's not 10 feet long. For those that don't know, the SP has a further 8 cars that can go with that 10 car set to make it the full 18 car train. That train is 10 feet long assembled. Russ, welcome to the stream. Running a little steamage right now. Kevin requested the passenger train, and I put the Mikado on for Holly mainly. So we've got 2 steamers running. We've got the Mikado pulling the little string of tankers. That caboose acts like it's scared on the back of that thing. It is just shaking like it's terrified. And then we've got a Kato GS4 War Baby pulling the daylight around the track. But what in the world is this? This is not Western music. What in the world is this? Run Muskitty tonight. Well, you know, actually, I could. I could put Miss Kitty on, because I know Miss Kitty will actually park on that siding, and I can isolate. Miss Kitty, you talking about Hello Kitty? John Theodorakis, how hard is it to replace the drivers on the GS4? My 4449 still has the original drivers. For me, not that difficult. But I mean, are you trying to go to the new ones with the bearing blocks? If so, I'm not sure the old design is compatible with the new axles. All right, Mr. Pixelot, you have yourself a good night. Thank you for stopping by, hanging out. Okay, Hello Kitty. Okay, I can do that. I'm going to wait for the daylight to actually come back around. And once it comes back around, I will actually back it onto what will eventually become the staging tracks. And then pull the locomotive off so that I can put the Hello Kitty on. Yeah, Western Himalayas. There you go. No, you're not screwed. I'm not sure if the drivers on... I'd have to look at the new driver set, because I don't know if the new driver set with the geared axle has the bearings as well. As far as being screwed if they break, you can replace the axles if they split. And I think Northwest Shortline actually sells replacement geared axle pieces for the GS4. So you can, I think you can replace it that way. This War Baby that's on here actually had all but that axle crack, and I actually had just tender axles from, I believe it's like the Mikado, and all I did was pull the wheels out, cut them to the right size, and then put the drivers on, quarter them properly, and send it on down the rails. Good night, Jersey Bill. Thank you for coming by and hanging out. Get some rest. Have a good night, sir. All right, Lost Souls. Again, thank you for stopping by and hanging out, and we'll see you next time. All right, let me get... Where'd I put it? I just had it. All right, let me get the GS4 off the track. I hate how that trailing truck loves to just go wherever it wants to go. I don't like that. Okay. That was a nice run for that locomotive. It doesn't get... I haven't run it that much since I fixed it, so it was nice to actually give it a decent little run there, pulling the cars. And what we'll do now is we'll switch this track back. Forgot I was sitting here using flipped it manually. Forgot I have the controls for it right down here. All right, let's let the Mikado get going while I dig out the Hello Kitty. I know Holly, for not liking modern stuff much, does actually kind of like the Hello Kitty. Oh, there went a box. Luckily, there wasn't anything important. All right, and das Hello Kitty. All right. Go ahead and do this. Nope, can't do that. That way. There. Yeah, I still haven't cracked open the Hello Kitty to put on the decals inside the car because I'm terrified to take this thing apart. Seeing as how this thing cost me more than my Mikado one. Okay, you need to stop. I don't need you rolling away. It's funny, I got the power on because the Mikado's running and the headlights are on the Hello Kitty. Alright, we gotta make sure these are both straight. Here is the nightmare that is the Tomix connectors. Well, that actually worked, and I didn't think it was going to. Oh, okay. Sweet. Okay, I think this is going to end up being the power car. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, cool. Never mind. Awesome. Go ahead and pull the... Aye! Hot rail! Just got me. Do you plan to go to the show in Fresno at the end of June? I do indeed, actually, John. I know some of the Fresno Model Railroad guys, part of the club that's in Selma. I know some of them. Way back in the day, they were trying to get me to join, but back then they didn't really have an affinity for N-scale. Their N-scale layout was the closet in the depot, and I did not want anything to do with that because they acted like I was going to be some savior of some layout that I wouldn't be able to run anything I have on. And I was just like, yeah, guys, yeah, I don't know about this. I ended up joining a club called Geeham's that's actually in Bakersfield. They just had their show last month, I think it is. But I had a gentleman that owns a stall in one of the local antique shops, says he's a member of the club, and says that because the new president is a big N-scaler, that they've actually expanded the N-scale. And so now the N-scale is no longer stuck in the closet, which I'm happy to hear because guess what? Selma's a hell of a lot closer than Bakersfield. Dave's videos, I'll be adding even the engineers and conductors to them. Oh no! Don't do that, Jason. Hello Kitty hasn't done anything to you. Be nice to Hello Kitty. Okay. Aha! These connectors are cool because they transfer power from car to car, but man, they are a fiddly bit to get connected. Oh, come on. I don't like having downtime like this. Been trying to speed up my downtime. No. Can't do that. Come on. Okay, I need this. Move forward just a hair. Okay, maybe a hair more. Give me 1 second and I'll get back to the chat. I gotta kind of focus on these connectors because these connectors are just a bit fiddly to mess with. Okay. And for those that don't know, I mean, I'm sure Dave's shown them enough times. That's the case. Nice hard plastic case. Has a fancy little sleeve. Ta-da! This is the other set that Dave was mentioning last night. This is my purple, black, and neon green Type 500 Shinkansen. Let's see what I miss. Old buddy, train buddy mine are in the process of joining Tidewater Southern in Stockton. Okay, nice. You'll be at the Fresno show. Awesome. Well, we'll have to look for each other. I'll be sure to wear one of my shirts that has the logo of the channel on it. That's the old aviation logo. I'm still in the process of trying to figure out one for the trains. But the aviation side is still the aviation side. It's just changed a bit. I no longer stream Flight Sim from my desk. I stream it in a one-to-one sim now. So, but it happens a lot fewer and farther between. We do special events throughout the year. Brent Blackrock Mohawk. Hey Jason, is Elvis Presley Cadillac still hanging on the wall? A large bar in Bakersfield. I think so. I can't remember the name of the bar, Brent, but I think I've been there back when I was working. Managing fine without me. All right. Well, I think we're good. Everything's off the track. Let's get this power up for the Mikado. Oh, Hello Kitty's not going to go that fast because it's got to share power with the Mikado. And if I turn the power up to make the Shinkansen go fast, the Mikado's going to go fast too. Well, its definition of fast. There we go. Hello Kitty is tearing up the rails. Mikado's doing its best. Alright, we are going to put some stuff down so that Jay's old crippled butt can sit down for a few minutes. Oh. Yeah, I'll be looking at that after the stream, Raven. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that because that's part of what's going to be happening. I'll do it to this one, despite this one's value actually being significantly higher than this one's value. I didn't realize, you know, how $290 could turn into over $1,000 in 8 years. Who knew model trains were an investment? People are great if you cook them properly. Yikes, Mike. Yikes. Okay, let's see. No, yeah, Raymond, I'm gonna look at that after the stream. But that's why I got all the stuff for the LEDs. It's time to add that stuff. I've had it before in the past. Like I used to have the Olympia Hiawatha, the two-tone, the orange, the red, and the black version. And it had lighting and it looked amazing. And so I'm definitely looking forward to getting back to that. Let's see. It's O scale that runs on HO track. They call it narrow gauge. Yes, that's basically the ON30. Well, HO, I think it's HON30 is HO scale that runs on N scale track. Let's see. SP War Bonnet for logo? I don't know. I gotta think. I've got a lot of stuff hanging on the walls. I mean, you can see on the crest cam, you can see all the stuff I've got sitting. I've got the daylight back there. I've got BNSF back there. The SP lines. I've got the Union Pacific Herald on the back wall. You know. So I don't know. You figure it out. Yeah, I like many things more than most humans. Yeah. You're not wrong, Raven. We need to get you some Hello Kitty slippers. You know, it's not my train, but I'd probably still wear them. But hey, I'm at least, I'm not walking around like a hobbit. I can't even get my foot that high. But I'm wearing slippers. At the very least. Oh, you're heading off? Something so snappy. I'm sorry if I missed it. Have a good night. Thank you for coming by and hanging out. Have a good night at work, kiddo. Be careful. Say huh? Okay. Love you too. That's my older daughter taking off for work. Her boyfriend's here taking her to work. Miranda is a logo. Huh. Yes, and that's too small, Fresno? What are you talking about too small, Holly? What'd I miss? I would prefer Hello Kitty holding the SP crest. That would be, like, epic. It would be epically wrong and would probably trigger a lot of people, and I'm totally for it. I like, you see, I get a lot of crap from my friends that I play video games with because, like, my characters are always typically rocking purple or, like, 2 different shades of purple or whatever. Like, I was playing Space Engineers with my Aussie buddies, and they were cracking jokes because my ship was black with, like, purple accents. I haven't mentioned it before, but I love the card you have in the corner. I mean the one from my kids. Yeah, I have that whole section right there used to sit behind me when I used to do flight sim streaming. And that's like all the Father's Day presents or, Christmas presents or, cards, whatever that my wife or my kids have given me. Well, Holly, it's funny too because like my logo, it's a purple stamp, and when I first started streaming on Twitch, it was like I was trying to come up with a logo for that, and one of my Aussie buddies at the time, was really good graphic artist, and he goes, "Well, what about this?" And he showed it to me, and I'm like, "Oh my God, that's perfect." And he's like, well, what color do you want it to be? I was like, purple. He's like, purple? I'm like, yeah, purple. I was like, that's like like the ultimate nod to my wife, I guess. Because my wife's favorite color is purple. So everybody's like, why is everything purple with you? And I'm like, why not? My favorite color is probably like forest green. Like, you know, like for example, what the Twilight Express is. That nice metallic forest green. Their manhood was encroached upon by a color. It's a them problem, not a you. Yeah, exactly. Sapphire blue's a nice color. The other thing too is like my wife has a lot of tanzanite, and tanzanite has a lot of different color hues depending on the quality of the gem, and one of the hues is purple. So here, let's go ahead and we can go back through and let you get good solid shots of. Here, let's go to the lake loop. Here he comes, Speedy boy here. It's a good thing those corners are super elevated, huh? Here, station city cam as it comes blasting through. Bark loop. Yeah, no, I have to agree, Doc. It's a very good looking train. It's a very good looking train. The one that they have, there's two different Hello Kitty ones. There's this Hello Kitty Shinkansen, which is actually due to come out of service here in the next month or so, which is this one. That's due to actually come out of service. And then they have a different Hello Kitty one that's like a commuter or an express. And it's like a completely different Hello Kitty setup on it. Oh, yes, 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 Mustache Mike. Yes. Russ, I wish I had a graphic artist, buddy. I need stuff done for my channel. Yeah. Well, see, that's kind of where I'm at now, Russ, is that I still talk to him, but I don't have as much interaction with him as I used to since he moved away from Flight Sim, and I don't Flight Sim as much. I mean, I still have all the Flight Sims installed on this computer. You know, I've got X-Plane 12, I've got Microsoft 2020. I removed P3D because Microsoft 2020 pretty much replaced it. And then X-Plane 12 is what I use to train on for the sim. Because the plane that we use in the sim is on X-Plane 12. And I have a copy of it at home so that I can train on it at home. My wife hates diamonds but loves sapphires. That's an expensive change there, Raven. Was kind of the same thing with me and my wife and Tanzanite. She likes the Tanzanite, and the Tanzanite can actually be more expensive than diamond sometimes. Yes, Doc. I believe those are the channels. Because I've watched a couple different ones on the Twilight Express. It's a gorgeous train. There was another one, the 7 Stars, I think it is. The 7 Stars is another gorgeous, gorgeous train. I shouldn't be telling you this stuff, Doc. Why? Tinsley, you think that one has butterflies on it? Which one? The Twilight Express? Or are you talking about the other Hello Kitty one? Here, let me see if I can find the other Hello Kitty. I think Tomix makes it. Tomix Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty Express. Oh yeah, here it is. It's the JR281 Limited Express Series Hello Kitty. And let me go ahead and desktop secondary view. Oh, why is it? Why, Demi? Why, Demi? Why are you... Wake up. Oh! Wrong thing. That's what I want to show you. That's the, Oh, you'll go out and buy it? Yeah. Yeah. But this is the other Hello Kitty Express or Hello Kitty train set that exists. It's not quite as expensive as what I paid for the Hello Kitty Shinkansen right here. But it's still very cute, in my opinion. And I love, it's one of the things I really love about the Japanese trains. It's not pink, Holly, no. It has its little pink spots. But that's what I love about the Japanese, rail in general, is you can find all kinds of different wraps and whatnot. I'm missing all kinds of stuff. I'm not a diamond person either, but my favorite ring has sapphires and aquamarine. Okay. Paid an extra $200 just for the $10 bill engine. Ah, okay. Wife's birthday is today, and my son and his girlfriend were here on a visit. That's why I missed Kevin's stream. You know what, Russ? Life happens. Kevin will be the first to tell you that. Yeah, 7 stars is very nice. You go out and buy it, yeah. Family is always more important, like Raven says. Same here. That's why I had to cut short last week. They have a commuter with the event? Don't tell me that, Mustache Mike. Now I'm gonna have to go look for that. I'll have to go find it now. Alrighty, John, well, thank you for coming by. Stop by and hanging out. Keep an eye out for a shirt that you see with this logo on it. I'll be sure to wear a shirt like that with the logo on it. I've got plenty of them. And come by, stop by when you see us. When we have lives, we go live after Kevin, at least for right now, until I can nail down an actual time slot. We go live after Kevin's done for the night. And we're here. Oh, and it's a single car. Okay. Japan does have one that I know of, and I cannot... It's the Rapid. R-A-P-I-T. I think. I typed that out so horribly. Oh yeah, there it is. There you go. Oh, you just got that one, Doc? Nice. I just watched a show on that. Or a show, but a YouTube video on that. It's very cool looking. It's got that very futuristic vibe. Yeah, you did, Doc. I'm sorry. Yes, you did. I forgot what the name of it was. I was just like, ah. All right, let's go back to see how our choo-choos are doing here. Here comes Hello Kitty. Oh, see, Doc, you're lucky. Just saw your message, Raven. Okay. Alright, now we're back to here. My daughter definitely thinks so, Holly. Matter of fact, when we were going over it, which one to buy, my wife was like the bullet train. She said it was cuter. So. Oh, see, Tinsley Field. I found that one on eBay. I found the girls' Panzer set on eBay. I almost bought it. I was so close. I want it because that set actually runs on one of the cams I watch a lot. Let me see if it's still on there. See, this is more along the right lines. You don't see my watch list. It's horrifying. All the stuff that's on here. I still got the Waku Waku Smile to get yet. Josh, it's actually, I pulled it off to put the Hello Kitty on. Russ, official hobby shops? Not anymore. We used, our last train shop closed about 11 years ago. 11, 12 years ago. Oh yes, Doc, they do. Yeah, it sucks. We went from having like three or four. We had 3 actual train shops. We had Tom's Trains, which I grew up with here. We had Roy's Trains, which was here in Clovis, and then we had the actual Fresno Model Railroad store in downtown Fresno that was right behind the Amtrak station. Which, that was probably the coolest out of all of them because you could literally walk out their back door and watch actual trains. They had a model railroad layout in the back of the actual shop. But yeah, it was just like one after another just shut down. Like within probably 4 years, all 3 had shut down. So, it's sad, Panda. So now for me, if I want to buy trains physically, I either have to drive to Lodi, I think it's the junction up in Lodi, or I have to drive to, it's just south of Paso Robles, Central Coast trains. Or I have to go to the Bay Area, which at least the Bay Area has like a plethora of them. Jesus, there's probably 7 or 8 of them dotted around the actual bay. Or go south all the way to LA, and there's still probably half a dozen down in LA still. But the Bay Area and LA are 3 hours plus away. But every time here's the thing. Here's the beautiful thing. Every time I go to play in the simulator, which is located in San Jose, the train shop, which is in San Jose, is less than 15 minutes away from where the simulator is. So, pretty much at least once every time we go work at the sim or work on the sim or train in the sim or fly in the sim, we go hit the train shop. Looking to see if I've got, where's the Hello Kitty? Where is it? Oh, there's the Girls in Panzer Kashima Rinkai Railway. It's not the set, it's just the single car. But $90, free shipping. My area has no train shops, they all went away, and that was And what's still around is all RC. Yeah, pretty much. There are hobby shops, but they don't carry trains anymore. One of them used to, and when it got sold, because I guess the owner passed away, the new owners got... What they have in there, I can't even call that like a decent hobby shop anymore. Because even their RC stuff is junk. It's all just cheap imports. There's no real good name brand, even name brand imports there. Now, see, Mike, you're very lucky. Is it grumping? No discount on those sales? You know, Mike, I should tell you something. Or wait, no, it's Russ. Russ, sorry. I should tell you something, Russ. They're grump about that. All right, so what we're gonna do is, I think we're gonna slow down and we're gonna park Miss Kitty in the station. All right, we'll go ahead and get the Mikado to running again, and it might be time to actually pull some DCC stuff out for the last. We'll probably go until about 10:30. So have a good night, Doc. Thank you for coming out. Oh, you're very welcome, Doc. You guys have a good night, or you guys, Doc, have a good night. And again, thank you for coming out, and we'll see you again. The Nankai Star Wars Limited Express Rapid. Really? You couldn't find the actual, like, N-scale Rapid? It's out there. I've seen it. I found it while doing a search. Josh, yes, it very much is. Hey, you know what we might do? Let me see. Let me do a search. Let's do... I don't know if it was Kato. N-scale. Doing the search under Kato first. Usually it came up, like, I've seen it before on eBay. It might not be anymore. Maybe guys haven't, they either haven't listed them or maybe they sold them. Hell, maybe Dave bought them. He said he's got more coming. Hello, Castle Blur. Welcome to the stream. We're letting our little Mikado run around right now because I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do next. And you know what I might do is... Yes, Holly, very much so. I do have steam trains. I have one running right now. I have a Kato 282 Mikado pulling those tank cars right now, complete with little wooden caboose and a bulkhead buffer car. Okay, I'm gonna do a search under atomics. You know what? I'm gonna have to search off the stream, but I know I've seen them before, Mike. Micro Ace. Okay, yeah, Micro Ace. That'd be Tomics. Micro Ace and Tomics tend to go hand in hand. So we've got that one running right there. I had a Castle Blur. I did have. Have I seen Jawtooth? It rings a bell, but I can't think right off the top of my head. What did I say? I don't know how he stays in business. He is retired Tektronix guy. Shop is not primarily income. Yeah, I don't know why people got to be like that. I mean, you're going to be in a business like that, you know, you got to be somewhat hospitable. Jason, you said your wife had a Christmas train or something like that. I don't think she has a Christmas train. She's got a lot of trains. I'm surprised she doesn't have a Christmas train yet. When we go to the show, because I'm waiting to see when we go to the show in June that's coming up here in Fresno. When we go to that show, I'm waiting to see if it like reignites the spark with her to get her to start to want to get back into helping me with the trains again. We have Brightline trains and Tri-Rail trains and Metro trains and Metro Mover trains. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely fits into the realm of what she likes because it's a theme train. She loves theme trains. And to her, it doesn't matter if it's steam, if it's diesel, or what. She doesn't care. Okay, so you know, I think what's going to happen is... I'm thinking I'm just going to put the daylight away real quick. Real quick. Or actually, I don't have to. Daylight can just sit right there. It's fine. Oop, sorry, Isis. Just slam the daylight's box against Isis's tank. It's going to upset the snake. I don't like upsetting danger noodles. The Tweency train. Tweency is a theme train, yes. But that is also narrow gauge. Tweency is narrow gauge. And I don't have narrow gauge here. I do narrow gauge in live steam. I don't do narrow gauge in models. Well, technically, I do in models, just not in like indoor models. All right. So, that said, where the hell? Okay. Well, we can do this. So I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to era transition here. Man, that poor caboose is just shaking for its life behind these tank cars. I think we're going to era shift here real quick, and we're going to back this train back up. See how well everything likes to back up. I tell you, everything handles pretty nice on these wider curves, I'm not going to lie. They seem to behave very nicely on these wider curves. It's another reason why I really like having the broader curves. Okay. Oh, tell me that did not just kick the lake loop cam. No, it didn't. Okay, cool. Russ, no, that FedEx plane is actually 1/200, so it's not far off 1/160. Oh, castle trains. Everybody, or Castle Blair, everybody here loves trains. That's why they're here. At least I think that's why they're here. I could be wrong. Come on, you. Get out of there. So we're gonna put a little bit of color on. We're gonna go ahead and put this on. And I'm sorry, Holly, the steam engine's got to come off because this particular steam engine isn't set yet for the fancy stuff. Yet. I stress yet. It is on the project to be done. Yes, Castle Blair, I am very aware. I also am a Titanic nut. I don't know tons about it. I know a lot about it, but I don't know ton. I'm not, like an Alex the historian on it. But I have been to the Queen Mary quite a few times. I've actually stayed at the Queen Mary quite a few times, which is essentially a not too distant future descendant of the Titanic. Oh, the music stopped. ¿Por qué? Let's try this again. Guess that means we've been going too long. It's saying we're done. Yes, Russ. I am 1/200, or I am N scale. Sorry. Otherwise, that plane would be flipping huge. Think over twice the size it is now. If it was 187 or 185 or whatever. I can't imagine what Dave would do to a FedEx plane. You've seen what he does to his FedEx delivery trucks. I can't imagine what he would do to a plane. He'd probably make a special diorama over in the corner for it on fire with a hole in the ground or something like that. I mean, if you could find a cheap one to send him, Holly, sure. I mean, he could, yeah, probably. He'd be sitting like nose deep in the lake with like Nessie peeing on it or something. All right, Castle Blair, you have yourself a good night. Thank you for coming by. All right, let's fire up the DCC stuff. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up a consist, advanced, sure, 126, lead loco, 1943, forward, rear loco, 4401, enter. It is running backwards. Let's go ahead and start the prime mover. Backwards is the direction, yes. Yes, Castle, we'll be around. The number board's on? Yeah, the number boards are on. Okay. Make sure all my lights are on. Headlight. Headlight. Dislights? Dislights. Why are these two fighting so much? I don't understand. Oh, I know why. I gotta turn something off on the 1943. I don't have it programmed properly right now. Well, we're probably just gonna run 1943 by itself for right now. I was hoping to run the Montana Rail Link with it, but I have something set up in the... Well, I don't have something set up. It's something that's set up by default with ESU decoders and sound decoders in general, where it realistically waits for the spool up of the prime mover before it starts moving. And that causes problems for non-sound DCC locomotives because they don't have that pause. Still here, just been lurking in the background. Well, thank you for hanging out there, Dougler, and lurking. We're going to go ahead and add on to the tank train, I think. Or actually, the tank train's been running for quite some time. We're probably going to go ahead and just pull the tank train off, to be honest. Because I got a lot of other stock I could run. Figured the tank train would get some attention and get some love, being something different. I know Dave likes the big tank cars, and I know a few of you guys do as well. So when I found these, I figured that they would definitely get a warm reception. All right, those are put away. Gotta be careful and not... You know, if I had my loc programmer set up, it would take me 2 seconds to change the stupid setting. Can't do I can't lurk. You have to be quiet and lurk, so I'm so not quiet. Holly don't do quiet. Are you kidding me? Holly does not do quiet. Well, okay. I might have an issue here because Jay can't apparently put anything on the track either. You love tank trains. Well, oh, the tankers. Okay. We'll see. That is something that I could actually do. I could actually do the other tank train, the other tank cars, because like I said, my wife's got a ton of other tank cars. So. Yeah, Mustache Mike, they would. I might end up doing that next week. I don't think I'm going to probably get time to do it this week. I have to find the tank car box. Oh my god. Oh, old man noises. Oh. Oh, yes. Some of these are not going to look quite right being behind such a new locomotive. but I don't care. I think a lot of them are actually pretty cool, to be totally honest. You're really a passenger train person? All right, Brent, you have yourself a good weekend. Thank you for coming by and hanging out, and we'll catch you again. All right, I need to hurry up, get the show on the road here. Running out of time, otherwise. Said we're going to close up at 10:30. Need to get some trains going here, huh? You know what I might do is I might actually just put a daylight on the front of the daylight. And be done with it. I don't know if Josh Cannon's still around. Oh, that car does not want to roll for beans. Why is that? Oh, yeah, that could be part of the reason. Why are these wheels not wanting to stay in the trucks? That's weird. Oh, there it goes. Oh, dear Lord. Here, we'll throw some... whole bunch of these nice little old-timey... Oh. Why you do that? Uh-oh. Yep, no. Jay's big old sausage fingers and end scale don't go well together. If you like tank trains, you should probably like this one when I'm done putting it together. There's definitely some different ones in this bunch. I don't know if this one's going to roll particularly awesome. No, it doesn't. Darn it. That was actually one of the cool ones. Oh well. You know what is kind of cool is, you know, the track that the daylight cars are sitting on still has power. And the rear end, the tail lights on the daylight are still on because of that power. Josh, the Challenger, I did actually. I didn't make a video about it. And by the time I actually thought about doing it, was a little late in the process. What is with these cars? They don't want to roll. Okay, these two can't go. I gotta replace the trucks. Darn it. Again. I did fix it. I added tender pickups to the Challenger. Locomotive is amazing now, Josh. What in the heck just happened? Okay. You know what? I think we'll go with that. And we'll put the Fred car on the back just for safety's sake. Safety third. Okay. All right. Oh, dear Lord. Easy killer. Let me see. Being totally lazy since I could Google it, but what scale was N scale again? It's 1/160, Dougler. You're correct. Well, it could be 1/150, they say, or it's 1/160, depending. US N scale is 1/160, yes. European N scale is 1/150. All right. I would say, Josh, I'd put the Challenger on, except for I don't have any passenger cars on the lines for it. And actually, never mind. Where is... Uh-oh. Whew. That was almost tragic. And I gotta wait for 1943 to go by. Here, I forgot. We're running DCC. Let's run the other direction. Come here, Mr. Challenger. We're putting you on the other direction. Make sure all the wheels are on. Okay. I don't know what this music is doing. Give me 1 second and I'll fix it. It's having a jam session. 3976. And actually, Josh, to the question about fixing it, it really honestly kind of did fix it, because those new tender pickups actually really helped the performance of the engine, and the sounds even got better. Something should really just be universal. It's like that even in the live stream hobby, Holly. It's like that even in the live stream hobby. It's the same way. Yes. I have more. I just didn't want to overload the oh, what am I doing? Boxcar behind the tenders. Jeez. Now, for those that don't know, once upon a time, 844 and 3985 both had a tool car. Once upon a time. And it was a boxcar that looked a lot like the boxcar I'm putting on the train right now. Until there was an accident. Somebody wasn't paying attention and didn't set a handbrake. And the boxcar went freewheeling down the track and slammed into a maintenance of way train. Or something to that effect. Thus destroying the once beautiful toolbox car. Well, it's not. Mike's just throwing all the facts out tonight. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pull the train forward. I guess we're gonna finish on a UP note tonight. I think these excursion car trains would look absolutely amazing lit too. Wait, what the? I did not set Irish or sea shanty music. What in the world is going on here? About like a crazy train, why not? Gremlins in the music tonight, Tinsley, I swear. And of course, as I'm pushing the car, I knock it off the track. Of course I do. Okay. All right. What's these I think these Nexigo cams have mics. I need to see about getting them active, because where I had that locomotive sitting right now, you would have been able to hear me lay on the whistle before I started it off on its way. Yeah, no, I don't have any complaints with Scottish and Irish music at all. I just know it's not everybody's cup of tea. And typically when you're streaming, you're trying to be as accommodating as you can for everybody. You know, that's why I was kind of loving it that night when Dave was going through and playing all the different things on there. It's one of the reasons why I ended up getting Epidemic, was because I really liked the stuff that it had. So I'm gonna come over here to the desk. I'm gonna pull the cam off, the face cam off, and show you what's in this box that I just pulled the excursion train out of, because some cool stuff in here you guys haven't seen. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to go with it. Let's see. How far are you going to let me go? Well, I don't want to put it on top of my keyboard. You know what? I got a way to put it on top of my keyboard there. So give me 1 second. You're going to be staring at something real quick. All right. Up, up, up. So you guys have seen that one. You've seen this one right here. That's a Concord Mikado. In the one way back over there, there is a snake. That one is the Beardy. What, Russ? The trains didn't break. They're still running. What happened, Russ? Nice lap hammer. Uh-oh. Something just happened that's bad. Alright, this is going to have to wait a minute. Well, is that what you're screaming about? Oh, shaking camera. I'm sorry. I was trying to look at the trains and look at everything else, and apparently the tender decided to go its own way over here, and apparently threw the whole tender off the track. What is up with that? What in the hell is going... What is going on here? Okay. Let's see if we can get it through the turnout here. That was weird. Why did that happen? That was very weird. Why it did that. Huh. Uh-oh. 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 User error. User error. That was very bad. Please tell me I didn't screw nothing up. Okay. Yes, very sorry, very sorry. Okay. Gotta figure out what's going on with the tender and why it derailed like that. I'll have to look at that. Never fails. Okay, connection problems. Sorry about that, something so snappy. Okay. Trains are running again. Anyways, what I was trying to get to show you all was in that box I've got a an MT, let's just call it an MT3, SP MT3, about midway through kit bash. And then I also have a Japanese C62 locomotive in there as well. That the C62 is actually DCC, as is the Mountain, because the Mountain is a Bachmann heavy Mountain. That was the base chassis. So let me go ahead and let's get you. So if you're curious there, who was it that was saying it was Dougler? Dougler, this is the tank that's closest to me. This is what's in the tank closest to me. That is the Miranda Cam. Oh yeah. No, I'm keeping an eye on it, Mike. Oh, I'm sorry. Something so snappy. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have to watch this train now and figure out. Well, that tender's already on the ground. Is it the whole thing, or is it just the lead? It's the whole thing. Why does it keep going on the ground? You know, it's really kind of irritating because I test ran the crap out of this thing right after I put the pickups in it, and I never had one problem with it. Tonight, problems. No clue why. And that one rear axle is what's screwing me right now. Putting it back on. Alright, I'm going to have to figure out what's going on because something's throwing the whole thing on the ground. I mean, I could understand like one wheel, but the whole tender? Yeah, the gremlins are coming around. We had been doing good without them, and now all of a sudden they want to start making their voices heard. I'm not a fan. We've been having a really good night tonight. Been having a really good night tonight. Go back to that cam. Here, we'll do this because I really don't have a better spot for it at the moment. That's the thing is with this layout in here, it takes up a lot of room. When I sit here, I can maybe catch and see what's going on with that tender. Yes, Miss Miranda, which is her name, she's Miranda as in Miranda Lambert, is a good-sized beardy. Yeah, mustache. Well, that's the thing is it's like I saw some of the issues. I thought I had fixed some of the issues. But, you know, and I'd test run it. I had test run it for like, oh, right there. Wait, stop. Right there. Somewhere back over here. Doesn't help that the flanges on this thing are absolutely ginormous because it's a Rivarossi. But right there, there was something that literally picked it, bumped it, and actually bumped that front wheel of the truck off the track. So I don't know if it's a connector that's too high, which is a possibility, or if it's something else. Because sometimes these Kato connectors dropped it to 360. Oh, I'm sorry you had to do all that. I'm going to watch the tender again and see if something throws it off. There might just be a connector sticking up right there, and that's what happened to it, because it went around fine after that. Which train, Raven? I'm gonna have to move the lake cam for just a second. Ooh, that's ugly. I don't see a connector issue. There was a nasty bump in the track right there, though. Ooh, don't do that. Well, let me see if I can fix it. These are all the fun things that when it comes time to glue the track down, you gotta definitely put in your due diligence to get a handle on. Ooh, that side has one too. Well, we'll see if it does it again when it comes around right now. All right, Onar, thank you for coming out and hanging out. Have a great night. And Mustache Mike, thank you again for that beautiful locomotive. And thank you for coming and hanging out. Have yourself a good night. And I see that I have actually run over time because I've been fussing with this locomotive. And you know what? All it was just a high joint. Or not a high joint, but a high butt in the rail right there. So, problem solved. Not a problem with the locomotive at all, just a problem with the track. So, we're all good right there. We're probably just going to go ahead and wrap it up on that note. We'll maybe play out through the next song. Let the next song play out. And we'll go ahead and call it a night. Speaking of gluing the track down. Well, Russ, see, that is one of the last things I do. Basically, is to, I wait to glue it down until after I've gotten like all the plaster cloth and everything laid down over the top of the risers. Because that also gives me an opportunity to level out any of the riser joints or uneven sections, stuff like that, and make a much smoother surface for the tracks. So you don't have to worry about pushing and pulling and everything else and deforming the foam and all that, because the plaster cloth takes up the, makes a nice rigid solid surface. It's almost like mounting it on a on plywood directly. So that's why I always wait until areas that are going to have plaster work done are done, then I'll glue the track down. Yes, that too, Douglas, very much so. So let me go ahead and my keyboard plug back in here from that complete WTF I pulled. What I need to remember is that I do have my phone set up. It's one of the nice things about Android and Windows 11. I gotta fix the camera from when I took it off to screw with it. I can actually take my phone around and use it as a wireless camera. So I could do exactly what I was trying to do with that cam and not have to worry about the cord. So, but again, thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. Very much appreciated. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button, that like, and if you're not already, please subscribe, hit the bell. You'll get all the notifications on future streams and videos. And again, thank you for coming out and playing trains with me and hanging out with me and Miss Miranda here. I know she enjoys it as much as, you know, she obviously looks like she enjoys it. So, thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next time. I definitely try, Holly. I definitely try. I definitely try, Holly. I definitely try. Sorry, I couldn't tell if my mic was muted or not. So, again, have a good night, everybody.